Well, thank you. I guess you have to have a doctorate degree to do that. Well, there are a plethora of reasons or causes for why this might be the case. We simply don't have time to cover them all. I would ask you just to follow along. In short, we'll be covering Kavin Rowe, the timely manner in which Dr. Rowe operates, and his teachings on New Testament interpretation. It is asinine to think we're setting up our Thanksgivings for Dr. Rowe in a couple of minutes. Nevertheless, we press on. If you have not already realized, we have written this thanks in roughly the same manner in which you, Dr. Rowe, lecture. This is not to say that I am posing to be you, nor is it to say that imitation is the best form of flattery. On a side note, it actually is. We are attempting to operate under the same parameters for which you function. For example, if we were to tell you thank you, the sincerity of our message might be lost, as in your ears our voices most likely sound like the voices of a bunch of squealing adolescent girls attending their favorite boy band concert. Thus, we have foolishly decided to speak as you do. Therefore, we might indeed say that this is not simply a deep or heartfelt thank you, but the thank you itself is operating within a tradition of its own. It goes so far, which I would tend to think is necessary to say that this thank you is indeed Kavin Rowe. My gosh, it is 300 degrees. The importance of Paul and his theology, nothing of which is clearer than a summary of such theology, now, not yet. You have not only told us of a life of such discipleship, but you yourself have lived it, for which we thank you. For example, from the time of 10 o'clock to roughly 10:10, you are the living embodiment of now, not yet. When does NT 18 start? A student would reply, now. Then the visitor would say, where's the professor? When does the lecture start? And of course we would say, not yet. But in all sincerity, you, day to day in your lectures, provide us and unfold the scriptures before our eyes. You force us to deeply reflect on the Word of God and then wrestle with the daunting, difficult question of what type of discipleship we are called to and how do we live out such discipleship in our lives. And even if sometimes you forget or have by this point now entirely forgotten the lecture outlines, you have still found a way to narrate the importance of the tradition, kata reading the canon as a whole, which is to say you have taught us while operating within the narrative context of the 27 books we call the New Testament. We are indeed participating in the tradition of the church and making a statement about the understanding of God. Now, it just came across my mind that by saying that, I am in fact plagiarizing and probably could be kicked out of school. With your ability and God's ability to speak through the Word, the knowledge you have given us and helped us to gain will become the foundation for which we operate in many different capacities in which we serve as our time here ends. And we express our deepest thanks. Now, I didn't have any clue how to wrap up such a statement, so, okay, well that's enough for today. See you on the
bends in the globe. Because anything I say is going to really pale in comparison. But we have a gift for you, Dr. Rowe. Now, this may seem like an ordinary, this is heavy. This may seem like an ordinary window, but we noticed, first of all, your office has no windows. So we thought that, maybe we could fix that for you, although don't expect much light, because it doesn't work that way. But we wanted to signify that you have given us a window in which to view the New Testament and to understand the deep theological meanings that we carry in our heart and carry to the parish or to wherever we're called to go. It also has Luke 6:35, which I'm told is your favorite verse, and it has a note from us. It says, an office window in honor of Dr. C. Kavin Rowe from New Testament Interpretation, Spring 2012, so that you will always remember us and remember that sometimes we appreciate the fact that you're behind, because so are we. Thank you.
That was good. That was great.
Well, after all that, I'm not... Can you hear me in the back? Okay. It's tempting just to cancel the final exam. Or something like that. Thank you. It's been a great privilege for me to be with you this whole semester. So thank you very much.